Welcome back to part 4. This is progressing better than I thought it would. Things are going very smoothly. The only thing that's not going smoothly is I keep making mistakes. I discovered while I was proofing the last episode that I absent-mindedly was so excited about the upgrades to Bobby Witt in Kansas City that I gave him two 50s. I was supposed to give him 39 and 11, and I gave him 39 and 50. One person probably saw that happen and was like, wait a minute. I actually say in the video, it's really weird, I actually say, and 11 here, but I clearly add 50. Okay, went to gap left. I gave him 523. He was supposed to get 484. And just in case this also changes things, I'm going to change his potential back to 484 as well. And I bet he goes down a little bit. 82, yeah, I think he was I think he went to an 84. Also, in the last video, I noticed that I referred to the Pacific as the Atlantic, and actually the territory I was looking at wasn't the Pacific, it was Baja. And another thing that I've been doing since the very first episode that I noticed about a week ago, but I kept forgetting about it, is I think 100 times I've mentioned Louisiana as the only state that's undefended, but Wyoming is also undefended. It was 6 degrees here last night, and it's a Saturday morning, and I assume there's a bunch of people that are having a quiet, secluded winter's day, doing things around the house, doing hobbies, etc. That's what I'm doing. Couldn't wait to get up and work on this. Just submitted episode 3 to YouTube. This one is just getting out of the gate, so here we go. For the next couple of days, I will be working on this, and it should be a lot of fun. Here we go. First up on day 4 of round 1, Down East Bird Dogs. They're in eastern North Carolina. They're the furthest east team in North Carolina, adjacent to the Wilson Warbirds. First spin of day 4, and we're not attacking the Warbirds, which I'm fine with. Best player, Cameron, appropriately named Masterman. I'm just waking up here. I've got another announcement I'm going to make. I kind of teased this in the last episode, and I really want to do it this time. Who knows, maybe it'll be too annoying for me to keep up with, I don't know, but I am going to decrease, like every time one of these items gets picked for upgrades, I'm pulling it off the wheel until we have one thing left, and then I'll restock the wheel. We've had so many infield errors and double plays for like right fielders and stuff that I like this idea. So we'll make sure everything gets represented equally. All right, so this is a good one. This is a really good one. 470, pretty nice. 36, set this up as usual. One day, there will come a day when I don't have to do this every single time. I actually don't mind it. I assume viewers will get sick of it. So Masterman hits third, which is very typical. Moving on. Albuquerque Isotopes in the very lonely state of New Mexico. Been waiting for this. They have been encroached upon by the Complex League Royals. The Scorpions are looming on the border, and we also have El Paso down here, and the Sod Poodles over in Amarillo. These counties are huge. They're running toward the Arizona Fall League. Yeah, they're taking this massive county right here. This could very well be the first game of round 2, when all restrictions are off. Drew Romo, he's a catcher. And remember, this is going away. We do have catchers only on here, which eventually we'll get to use with my new system spinning. Gap left, 422. I still have 48. Again, the left-handed pitching anomaly strikes again. Drew Romo starting. He's batting 8th. We've got a quiet little update to this 4th episode, starting off with a number of upgrades. Oh, finally. Vancouver. Okay, this is not going to be a game either, because there's nothing on the border of Washington. However, if it points west and goes after Koreans, I'm going to have to think about that. Let's see what the picture is here. Oh my god. Straight west. We're looking at you. Tigers are the only team in the West that have managed to get into the United States. The rest of them are very tentative. This is a KBO team. Their reserve or futures team is further south, so I have confirmed that. Nice attendance for this game. 2357. And I know you're probably thinking, what? 2000? We hardly ever see 4-digit attendance in this game. I mean, we've seen Major League Baseball games in the hundreds, in the low hundreds. The Tampa Bay game, I think, was 185 or something like that. It was really shocking. All right, we got an international matchup where both of these teams are trying to improve before they invade the United States, taking on teams like the Rainiers, the Aqua Sox, or the fearsome Seattle Mariners. Let's go to the 5th. Doosan has the edge at this point. Vancouver is having a hard time generating any offense whatsoever with the incredibly spare roster that they have. They can't really make any adjustments. Let's go inning by inning here. It looks like Doosan is going to finish these guys off. 6-1. Adam Lang still on the mound. He's allowed 2 hits. Oh, Vancouver has 2 errors as well. 7-1. This is final chance for Vancouver. Boy, they flopped over and died. 7-1. Adam Lang goes the distance. Doosan Bears just sitting out there in the ocean like they haven't done anything at all. And they just took down the Vancouver Canadians. Kendry Rojas came over from the Vancouver Canadians. Not only is he the best pitcher on the team, he is the best player on the team. So this is an exciting upgrade for the Doosan Bears. And I'm ignoring the fact when teams lose and the starting pitcher goes to the other team, I'm ignoring the fact that, oh, they need rest. They're going straight into the next slot. They'll be used immediately. And then they'll have to wait multiple games before they come back. If the team is lucky enough to survive that long, that's the whole point of this. So Adam Lang started. Kendry Rojas will pitch game 2, whatever that happens to be. Some success for Korea. Kane County Cougars. No idea where these guys are from. There they are. Oh, whoa, we're in the Chicago area. Yeah, boy, we'd have a Cubs game. Oh, we're definitely having some kind of game. It's the White Sox. I don't want the White Sox getting better before the Cubs inevitably play them. So the Cougars are an American Association team, which means they're not going to be terrible. I haven't talked about this since last episode, but Major League teams are 8-0 in this competition. Sean Burke will be starting. 47, he's not that much better than the other guy. Major League teams are 8-0, and they've outscored their opponents something like 144-26. Who did the White Sox get last time? Clint Coulter. Yeah, they got this guy from the Chicago Dogs. I want to keep my eye on him in this game. It's going to be hard. He's the 3rd string catcher and first baseman. 3rd string pinch hitter, and he's not a runner. All right, former NFL running back Thomas Jones playing left field. He played for the Cardinals? Oh my goodness. Look at the favoring the AI has for the Kane County roster, including for the pitcher. All right, this is going to be one of those games where we go inning by inning. Kane County up. We'll do the first. Okay. Going to the 3rd inning. Oh my God. I mean, Kane County's being no hit, but the White Sox are much better. We're doing half innings. Kane County still being no hit. Oh man, the White Sox are going to break through here any second. I have more faith in that happening than Kane County. Jordan Martinson's still on the mound. I salute you, sir. Perfect Major League Baseball record hanging in the balance. Kane County, 6th inning. Oh my God, the only thing countering the flop the White Sox are doing here is the fact that they're throwing a no-hitter. All right, do the White Sox break through? Jordan Martinson's still got some stamina. He has only thrown 57 pitches. Ugh. Okay, I don't hate the White Sox, as I've said before, but I'm rooting for the underdogs. And this seemed like a perfect opportunity. And I just don't see, after 6 innings of not even getting a base hit, I don't see Kane County suddenly producing 6 runs. Sean Burke is getting tired, though. Top of the 7th. Quinn Gudatus on the mound for Kane County. Damn it. Does the no-hitter continue? Oh, jeez. 2 hits. Kane County, you freaking failed. Of course, Sean Burke gets the... 4,400 people showed up. Good for you, Chicago. All right, for all you White Sox fans, a couple of notes. Michael Taylor hit a grand slam in that game. Also, the White Sox are now far and away the #1 ranked team in this competition. And the Cubs are going to have to wake up and do something, because the White Sox, I mean, again, they're not loading themselves up with ultimate talent here, but they are making progress. They are getting better. They are beating the teams that are around them instead of just sitting there. Armand Upshaw is on the White Sox. Let's go look at the White Sox. Upshaw comes in. Clint Cole, they've gotten 240s. The White Sox have had no upgrades. They've just added these 2 players that are rated at 40. Martin Perez will get the next game. Let's see what shakes up here. Oh, where do we have Upshaw? Okay, he's the 3rd string center fielder. Coulter's still in the same place. Upshaw made the pinch running. Okay, so they've added some pinch hitting help and some pinch running help. As a Cubs fan, this bothers me. Well, that was a disaster, Kane County. Major league teams are now 9-0. I was looking for a quick, easy update that I could do in the Midwest and then move on and go make lunch, but it's not happening. From Chicago to New York. Okay, here are the Yankees. The only team they can play right now is the Mets. All right, so this will just be an update after all. It just happens to involve the Yankees. Yankees have gotten out of their tiny little cubbyhole in the Bronx, have moved up into competition with other teams like whoever this is. Eastern Seaboard starting to fill in a little. Aaron Judge. Is he a young prospect? His name doesn't ring a bell. Well, we got a little Shohei Ohtani thing going here. Not that he's a two-way player, but this guy could be crossing 100 very soon. All right, back to this. We are removing gap left. Give it a little shovel. What is Aaron Judge going to get? Infield, outfield, arm. Obviously, outfield. Outfield arm is an 80. It's about to become elite. Outfield arm goes to 210 out of 250. It's now at 105, and he's still at 94. KT Wiz, another KBO team. Back to the other side of the continent. There they are. We have about a 100% chance that it's going to point straight up or straight down. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, now that I say it, we're jumping into Oregon. Well, so we've got Korean KBO teams in the north and southern coasts of Oregon. Our upgrade player will be Young Pyo Ko. It's first pitching upgrade of the day. So we're fully stocked on upgrades here. Do that. Top pitch ability. Haven't seen that one in a long time. It's going to be his changeup, 452. It's got a super effective changeup and not much else. All right, it's a decent looking team. Young Pyo Ko is actually a higher rated starting pitcher than the Yankees' number 3 man in their rotation. Young Pyo Ko is a sidearm thrower. I always love that. Everett Aqua Sox! Yes! I'm going for every team in the Puget Sound area. So this is actually kind of scary. If they go south, they're going to get absolutely crushed. Please don't go south. Go north. There's no more trouble in Vancouver. They're going east. I think they're safe. Territory looks nice, but it also makes you a bigger target. Let's go around the horn for a second and look at all the spots where foreign powers have made landfall. We've got the 2 in Oregon. I don't think any in California. Shockingly, the DSL teams have only landed here and then here. The Braves are in southern Louisiana, and then the Cardinals are over here. So we've got 3 in the south, 2 in the west. Hoofddorp, that's Hearts, British team Hearts. I feel like I've missed one. I think they're up in Maine, actually. Yeah, and then this is Bristol Vetra. Okay, and then in the north, we still have the London Mets up here. Quebec has breached Maine. We still have the atomic weapon sitting right here that hasn't done anything yet. And then Winnipeg. That's it. 10 foreign teams have made landfall. All right, sidetrack over. Who's getting the upgrade in the Northwest League? Nick Davila, 43. Top pitch ability is being removed. Okay, the wheel's been fixed. Reshuffling, spinning again. Turn double plays. Well, the good news is the next pitcher that gets an upgrade will not get this one. Turning double plays, 80. Wow, he's still awful. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Everett fans. That includes me. I've been to this stadium. In fact, I used to drive by this stadium twice a day. I was just about to say, let's have a good lineup. Oh, man. Alrighty. Little adventure in Everett. Washington is over. Washington Nationals. I'm afraid they're going against the Bay Sox. Chesapeake, let's go. I have no love for the Nationals. Mackenzie Gore, Mitchell Parker, Cade Cavalli. Chesapeake has not played. Their best player has been upgraded. Oh yeah, it's the great Enrique Bradfield. Oh man, if the Nationals steal this guy, he's going to be an instant asset. This will be the biggest pickup that a major league team has made. I mean, I know he's only a 47, but he's really good. I think any team could use him. Let's look at the so who do we got? Who do we have in the outfield? Their center fielder is Jacob Young. Okay, he's really good too. Left and right. Okay, I can definitely see Enrique breaking onto this roster. I don't like it. I don't care for the Nationals at all. I wish the Expos were still around. I'm one of those guys. All right, last time we saw a major league team play. All right, the last time a major league team played in this tournament, it was the Chicago White Sox. They took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. Eventually allowed 2 or 3 hits, but won the game 9-0. All right, let's see what kind of damage the Nationals do here. A lot. Damn it. Chesapeake does nothing. Okay, this looks like a normal game. This could be any game of baseball of anyone against anyone at this point. Okay, we got a hit. I have no way to identify with the Chesapeake Bay Sox, except I want them to win this game. I have no history with them. Didn't know they existed before this tournament. Tyler Wells. Come on, find your zone, Tyler Wells. Who did this damage? Bradfield was involved? Alright, Wells. I'm not going to say game of your life because the last time I did that, I think they allowed 12 runs or something. Awesome. Okay, bottom of the order. Okay. Top of the order for the Nationals. Yeah, I was afraid of that. 5-3, okay. We're going to hit the top of the order for the Bay Sox, and we get another run. Keeping it close. Let's go, Chesapeake. Ryan Long on the mound now. Excellent work. Mackenzie Gore, he's got 8 strikeouts. Mackenzie Gore's getting tired. 88 pitches. Nothing. Second hitter in the lineup for the Nationals. They get another run. Back to the bottom of the order. Oh my God. 6 people come to the plate and we get a run. It's 6-5. Kyle Verbitsky takes the mound. That looks like a home run. Nationals desperate to not become the first major league team eliminated from this game. 2 innings to go. They got to pick up 2 more runs at least. Back to the top of the order. I'm skipping this. To the bottom. Okay. Bottom of the 8th. 7-5. Let's put this together, Chesapeake. That's a base hit. Alright, middle of the order. Double play. Oh. No double play. I like it. One out, one man on. Reed Trimble at the plate. That is a balk. Yes, the last time that weird zoom happened, it was a balk. Josenberger to second. Tavian Josenberger, Reed Trimble at the plate. Tying run at the plate. That's a... Taryn Vavra? Looks like we missed our opportunity to bunt. Pitch by pitch, huh? That'll come in handy later. Not now. We're gonna walk! We're gonna walk. Bottom of the order is representing Douglas Hodo III versus Kyle Finnegan. Oh, he struck out. Alright, let's get through this inning. Verbitsky, Nathaniel Lowe. That home run really killed us. 9th hitter in the order, homers to left. That one run is going to prove to be a huge problem. Josh Bell, the 5 hitter. Come on, routine. 1 to go. Come on. Ah, dang it. 2 out, a single. Nice outfielders, left field, and it's too bad because if the Bay Sox do lose this game, Bradfield will move on and Tavian Josenberger will just disappear as if he never existed. Verbitsky has thrown 29 pitches. Manager. Okay, you got to take him out of the game. What are you doing? 35 pitches. Jacob Young. Okay, the 8 hitter, 2 men on. They're going to totally put this out of reach if this... Okay, awesome. Manager knows better than I do. Chesapeake Bay Sox. This guy got a walk in the last at bat. He's 0 for 1. Chesapeake home crowd comes alive. Come on, get through. Oh, pinch run for this guy. Pinch run. Well, he's not the slowest man on earth. They're not pinch running for him. Here's our guy. And this is kind of sad because even if he fails here, he wins. Oh, how much confidence the rest of his team has in him. Get down. Come on. Oh, God, he hit it to a double play. That about does it. Jorge Mateo. It all comes down to this. All right, this is baseball. We get to breathe for another hitter. Max Wagner's up, 47 and 39. Jorge Mateo can run like heck. I struck him out. All that for nothing. Major league teams go 10-0. This was the closest we've gotten. This segment is 20 minutes long. I'm gonna have to cut this down to like 2. And he's gonna get something. He's gonna get something out of it. There he is. Oh my gosh. I don't have to scroll down to find him. Okay, so he's got a 47. They've got 39s on this team. He took the starting center field job. The Nationals just got better. Jacob Young moved to the bench. I don't know what to make of this. I'm happy for Enrique Bradfield, but why are the Nationals getting improved? You can see it better than you can see the Yankees. Alright, sorry to Nationals fans. I'm a little down. Syracuse Mets. Here they are. This is an upgrade situation. Northeast. Dedniel Nunez gets the upgrade. He is a closer, so we get to remove turn double plays from this. And he will get movement versus left. 458. He increased significantly. You have a 51? This could be a spot where the closer goes into the rotation. We've seen it before. Nope. This looks solid. This looks like they're going to have a good team. I mean, they're AAA. 12 major league teams are still hanging around on the wheel. I'm really excited for the Rockies to go. I haven't talked much about them, but I am in Denver. I want to see them get better. They certainly have an opportunity. I used to live in Pensacola. I'm looking forward to that. I have a lot of rooting interests here. Just one of them doesn't happen to be the Washington Nationals. Gastonia Ghost Peppers. I have found them. It's all accounted for somewhere. They want to border yet another team. All right, this is your host coming to you from the future. I'm in the middle of editing this episode, and I figured out that I actually put the Gastonia hot peppers in the wrong place. I absent-mindedly put them here in this county, and I didn't realize it until I was editing the episode. I cleared out the border over here. And then when I posted the graphic, I put it in here. It's fixed. You'll notice throughout the rest of this episode that Gastonia will actually be on the right side of the Knights and under the Cannonballers. You'll see in the next episode they'll be here. They are officially here. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the Knights don't get picked in this episode. And no one else is over here, so it ended up not mattering at all. Thank God nobody played them. Let's see what we got going on here. Nick Snyder will get the update. He's getting infield error. I wonder if baseball IQ is something I should add to the list. That might not be a game situational thing. That might be more of an evolution of the player as they progress. So I'm gonna ignore that. Infield error to 120. He had a 46. Infield error looks pretty nice now. And he's still a 46. Huge surprise. See if we can pick up one of these 12 major league teams. Fresno Grizzlies. Well, I know right where they are. Incredibly active area on the west coast, southwest United States. I think we have a game. Yeah, they're going after Visalia Rawhide. They're going to attempt to take a huge chunk, almost cutting California in half. Okay, we've got the battle of the double A team, or the battle of the single A teams. Oh, Fresno's a Rockies team. I didn't know that. All right, we've got Bertolt Brecht pitching. Sorry, I was looking at this, and when I see B. Brecht, I think Bertolt Brecht. The last time we saw Visalia, they beat Rancho Cucamonga 6-5. Adonis Perez was their starter, and they inherited Reynaldo Yin. So this time we're getting Eric Dominguez, who's at a 34, and Yin is their closer. Brody Brecht is slightly better than what the Rawhide are rolling out. Look at the nine hitter as a tie. Oh, Fresno's got the better starter. This is basically the game where we find out who gets to control Central California, but I'm not too terribly interested outside of updating the map. Visalia is winning. More bad news for the Colorado Rockies' future. Eric Dominguez dominated, pitched 7 innings, 7 strikeouts. Brecht appears to be headed to the Rawhide. Rawhide win their second game. Now you might be wondering, okay, why all this obsession with making the logos bigger? The obsession is this. I want the logos to be where they can be best seen, from a distance, because we do a lot of map pullouts and want to be able to see them. But also, when the arrow spins, the placement of the logo determines basically where the arrow is pointing. I try to go from the center of the logo to in the direction of the arrow. So wherever the logo is actually pretty important. So I need to be consistent on every logo placement so that it doesn't look like I'm trying to manipulate upcoming games, basically. I don't know. Visalia and the Aviators are definitely vying for who has the most territory now. A single A team and a triple A team. All right, we're going to import this player, and off he goes. Lateral movement for him. See if he makes the rotation. He does. In fact, weirdly, he knocked out Dominguez. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. 32. Oh, they're valuing him at a 35. Dominguez is a 36. All right, this screws up my notes, so I'm gonna do this. There. Oh, Bodie Brecht goes into the closing spot now? What? 38? Extreme developmental risk. Man, the Visalia is obsessed with using this guy somehow, either as a starter or in some featured role. So we'll see what happens. If they continue to win, this may get rewritten legitimately somehow. If they get another really good starter in here, I'll go ahead and hit that button and then rewrite my notes. But for now, I think I'm going to keep it the way it is. Staten Island Ferry Hawks. I love this logo. I'd never seen it before I made this map. All right. Okay, I don't know who this is, but that's where they're going. All right, I have determined that the Staten Island Ferry Hawks will be playing the Brooklyn Cyclones, so get their teams ready. Nate Rose getting the start for Staten Island. This looks like they're going to be shorthanded. That was a huge pitching staff. No, they're okay. Don't have any backups. It's a fairly even spread. This game looks like it'll be close, except for Staten Island's got starting pitching problems. Okay, I just had to make sure I didn't make a mistake. The Staten Island pitching staff has many better pitchers than this, but they are starting 25 rated Nate Rowe. It should be the thing that sends Brooklyn out of here with a victory, unless they pull Nate Rowe real fast. Let's play the first two. All right, Nate Rowe. Both pitchers throwing no-hitters. Wow, 25 rated pitcher. He allowed a hit. This is just a, it was a pitching duel. Nate Rowe pitching with the lead. Wow. Oh my God, what is up with this? Calvin Ziegler. Okay. Nate Rowe has left the game. We've got Brennan Oxford in here, but we've also got a six-run lead for Brennan. Boy, the offense for Brooklyn is just absolutely dead. Jack Mahoney on the mound. Okay, they woke up a little bit. Do we get any insurance? We got one run of insurance. Since this is a battle for New York City, let's take a look at this. I mean, obviously the Mets and the Yankees are still around. Brooklyn has man on first with no outs. And Staten Island looks ready to give it away. No outs. That's a flare into left. The bases are loaded with no outs. Staten Island brings in Robbie Baker. Let's take a look at him. 36. Much better than their starter, who I think was 25 or 24. We have the winning run at the... No, we have the tying run at the plate with no outs. Okay, that'll get one run home. Maybe. No. Playing like they're going to be around tomorrow. That's always a big mistake here. I wish I could somehow... Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments. Can I set the kind of attitude for the management of being like as if this is game 7, like there is no tomorrow? That would be good to know as we go further into the competition. Next up, this might be a double play. It was Staten Island eliminates Brooklyn. Nate Rowe was the player of the game. Well, he showed me. Best player on the Cyclones is Zach Thornton. So he's off to the Atlantic League, Staten Island. This will shake up their rotation. I'm Zach Thornton. Yeah, he'll be pitching the next game for sure. Matt Dunaway is going to be pushed off most likely. Yep. And now this ugly mess. Now, I know this doesn't really make a realistic geographical sense, but on the map there is no water here. Alright, so there's your New York situation at this point. Whole state still awaiting invasion from 3 different Canadian teams. Washington Wild Things. Okay, I figured it out. It's maybe the worst. It's one of the worst logos in the whole. Yeah, here they are. Oh, that's awful. Yeah. It's like Southwest Pittsburgh. All right. The Washington Wild Things are headed toward the West Virginia Draft League team. Yeah, they're going to border each other. Okay. A little exciting. Round 2 matchup. Horrible logo is now going to get bigger. I hate it. I mean, who does this appeal to? Fans of Teen Wolf? This obnoxious thing is taking over a huge chunk of Pennsylvania. Pirates, you have your mission. I give the Pirates permission to take care of this. There's another one in Illinois, across from the Cardinals. Yeah, this one's pretty lame too. Here's your upgrade. Oh my god, it's Joe Elvis. Fantastic. Infield air has been taken off the wheel. Alright, 43. 162. Yeah, he went up. Midland Rockhounds. What other square sector of empty Texas wasteland are they gonna... We have a 46 on this team. He gets a big one. Control versus right. Wow, he needs it too. 301. 301. He needs this like 5 more times. And there he is. Closer for the Rockhounds. We got serious problems in their lineup. Where are all the position players in the minor leagues? I mean, you know, I've always heard most of the people in the major leagues were pitchers at some point. But, man, a lot of these, especially AA, it seems to hurt AA more than anything. We've got AA teams that just don't have any position players. Where else are we going? Hillsboro Hops. Okay, there's a Hillsboro, Texas. Yeah. This team's in Oregon. There they are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we might have the first defense of the American mainland against a foreign power. Foreign powers have attacked, but we haven't seen a retaliation. Oregon can unite, and no, they're run away. Yeah, they're going up here. Well, that pretty much solves this area until round 2. Alec Baker. He's at 40. Rapidly losing options here. Infield arm, you knew it was coming. He's a 40 and he's going to remain a 40. 169. Been a long time since we've seen a DSL team. Okay, here's another team that's in the middle of nowhere. Foes on the horizon. I think they're going away from everybody. Here we've got Steven Zobak. Spin it again. Control left. 466. We got Wichita. Know where that is. I'm going to go for these guys too. Keep the theme going of real quick updates. Moving on, going south toward Tulsa. CJ Culpepper. Infield range, 115. Back to the wheel. Wisconsin. Another simple one. Rushing toward the Brewers. Don't know about that. Yader Arenamo. 41. Power right. Boy, this guy had no power. Ooh, and we got really close to the Texas Rangers on that one. Ah, DSL, first time in days I've gotten a DSL team. And we do need to thin these out. There are too many. They're going after the Yankees. DSL Yankees have already played. Some of you might recall. Defeated the DSL White Sox 4-3. And they obtained Steven Flores, or Steven. Man, this is a long time ago. This is like episode 1, probably. Steven Flores, it's a 28 rated catcher. 98 people. As usual with the DSL games, I'm going to do this pretty quickly. Going to the 5th. 6-0 Yankees. They're on the verge of going 10-0 Yankees. 11-0. We're going to wrap this up. No more Mariners from the Dominican. 11-1. All right, the Mariners are going to be sending Anderson Guevara. And actually, he's only a 30, but Steven Flores was a 28. So the Yankees they're moving up. Anderson Guevara moves into the setup role. The Mariners attack the Yankees, and now the Mariners are at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. Birmingham Barons. The Rome Emperors have broken into it, so there's technically 4. Northwest. Noah Schultz. Don't have many of these left. Movement right. 410. Pretty good. Trenton Thunder, MLB draft team. There they are. We have about a 50% chance of a game here. Yep. We're going after Somerset. Trenton Thunder. All right, we've got the draft league Trenton Thunder going up against the Somerset Patriots. And Cam Schlittler is the starting pitcher who was upgraded a couple days ago. And I think he jumped from like 47 or 48 to 50, so it was kind of a big deal. Obviously, Somerset has the edge on pitching, and they have the edge on hitting for what hitters they have. Cam Schlittler is supposed to be quite a big deal for the Yankees coming up, so we'll go 3 innings here. Okay, well, they're losing. We go to the 5th, 6, 7. Schlittler's still on the mound, 6 innings, 3 hits, 10 strikeouts. Ooh, he's not out there anymore. Okay, it looks like... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this might be a dead end for Schlittler. I forgot draft league. I'll attempt to transfer Schlittler, but more than likely this is going to be an upgrade for Trenton. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, losing to draft league teams and Arizona Fall League teams could lead to end the line for a player that's been upgraded. We'll all see when this game's over, which will be right now. Yeah, end of the line. Somerset is out. We're about to have the moment of truth for Cam Schlittler. Is he out of the game, or can I transfer him to Trenton? And I don't think the MLB draft league is here. Let me make sure it just doesn't say draft league. Cam Schlittler, one of the most promising upgrades that we've seen. Fate has rolled the dice, and they lost to the Trenton Thunder, so Schlittler's run is over. Trenton is getting an upgrade. And yeah, it's going to be one of these 3 guys. All right, who's it going to be? Number 3. Dylan Crooks, who I believe got the save in that game. Item left, and it's holding runners, so that's what he's going to get. And then I'm going to refill this. Dylan Crooks with a 32. Holding runners goes to 158. Still a 32. St. Louis Cardinals. We were like a millimeter from the Cardinals. Long Island Ducks, though. I don't think they can play anybody. We won't even have to spin the wheel, but they're going to be right up against the Mets. Yep, exactly right. Boy, it's getting pretty crazy up here. These Pennsylvania teams have hardly gone at all. It's kind of shocking. There's so many teams. I mean, the Phillies have gone. So many teams haven't. Mark Mathias goes next. Second base. I versus right. 468. 8. Definitely increased. Mark Mathias moves to the cleanup position after the upgrade. Alright, it's going on 2 in the morning. I think I'm going to call it a night after this next one. ACL White Sox. Okay, we're going to go down into the cauldron down here. Oh, they're not touching the real mess. It'll be interesting to see if they run away from it. Okay, they're going to go breaking into New Mexico. They are, much like the Royals, trying to escape. The Isotopes are running toward it. The White Sox want to leave. Alright, I'm going to leave them there. I know I had that speech about logo placement, but it really seems pointless. They're legible and nothing fancy. Okay, ACL White Sox best player, Phil Fox. He's a 36. Movement right, 398. 37. Ooh, Phil Fox, only the setup man. It now truly is 2 in the morning, but that last one was too easy, so we're gonna do one more. I mean, it takes a while to set all this stuff up, so I want to get the most out of it that I can. In one sitting, Nashville Sounds. It's another easy one. I guess we're not gonna have a game tonight, but I'm sleepy and pretty low energy right now, so this is kind of an old-fashioned, classy logo here. It's gonna be nice to get this one bigger. Chad Patrick. Chad Patrick, top pitchability, 456. Circle change. He was a 47. It's 49. I wondered why it said cutter. I was like, a circle change and a cutter are not the same thing. Yeah, okay. I misread that. It'll be so nice in round 2 when all of this will have been done. It won't be trickling on forever as we get to the near the end of this. We'll have 10 teams left and 4 that have never been picked ever, which is typically what happens in stuff like this. So everybody goes at least once, and then you can hide 15 rounds. Good morning. It's a new day. It's still freezing cold outside. There's a lot of background noise. I've got faucets dripping and the furnace is working overtime right behind me. I'm in a basement in Colorado in January. We haven't advanced many teams yet. A lot of stuff has happened, but we're going to keep going. Kannapolis Cannonballers. I saw this team on the list the other night and I thought, where the heck is Kannapolis? And now I have to find out. Yeah, it's definitely them. They're just above the Ghost Peppers and the Knights. Okay, I couldn't figure out what this was when I put the Ghost Peppers down, but now I can tell. I think that's the Charlotte Knights, which was the second logo I put on the map when I made this. I don't remember what the first one was, but for some reason I remember the Charlotte Knights. That's good. There we go. What? Man, this guy must be the #1 recruit in the country. He's on an A team in North Carolina. Grant Taylor of LSU. It's gonna get better. 57. Man, woe to whatever minor league team has to face this guy. Now, once again, this pitching staff is very large, which means they're going to be deficient over here. Not okay. Actually, it's not so bad. They got a couple of 29s even sitting on the bench. All right, that's 21 teams that have marched toward and maintained their place in the second round up at this point. Of course, we've had games where people who qualified, several times back get eliminated and stuff like that. But keep on going. I know I have that really long game at the beginning of this episode that I think the recording just of that game was 21 minutes. Obviously, it's not gonna form a third of this video, especially since it didn't turn out the way I wanted. But I got to be careful about making these too long. I don't know why. It's annoying to render them forever. I guess that's one reason. Well, we have 12 major league teams left, and now we have 11. I called for this a long time ago, and I'm ready for it to happen. Of course, this will be the first time a major league team loses. It's either an upgrade or they're attacking the wild things. And it's going to be an upgrade. If I was a Pittsburgh fan, I'd be happy with that. I have a feeling I know who's getting the upgrade. Yeah, I was correct. Holding runners. Okay, that goes up 50. It was very bad. I would say that was actually bad. And once again, we see a drop. I could have sworn it was 73. There's no picture of this guy? What the heck? I hate it when I have to go find pictures of major leaguers. This should not be a thing. Still got the Cubs and the Rockies out there. DSL Pirates Black. The Pirates Black have not played. Pirates Gold have played twice. See if they do what the DSL Cardinals did and just enter Florida without... No. Oh, well. Actually, oh my god, are they going to Louisiana? Yeah, clear as a bell. All right, this 30 rated relief pitcher is going to get the upgrade for DSL. And since I'm eliminating these, I'm going to go ahead and show this. Normally I'd skip. All right, control left. Colorado on the board. We move up from sultry Louisiana and we go, I'm going to assume is Colorado Springs. If we could just get somebody to invade Wyoming. Kellum Clark, first base, 34. Here we go. Avoid strikeouts from most pitchers. Avoid Ks, right-handed. 238. Oh boy, look. Avoid Ks. Is still bad. Oh my god. I just basically pulled him out of the sewer, but he's still half in the sewer. Great Falls Voyagers. All right, moving toward Glacier and away from Billings. I'm really doing this, aren't I? This is nuts. Yeah, I'm really doing this. I have 4 episodes in, and I'm like, huh, this is a thing that's going how I thought it would and is maintaining my interest. We got a clear favorite, Devin Hurdle. Devin Hurdle sacrifice bunting. Suddenly quite good at it, and he goes up. Always cheer for an Iowa kid. Spin before I take a little break. I thought we were getting the DSL Giants. Oh, we got the Mariners. Tasty, but also terrifying. I like all these teams. Oh my god, I think they're just going for the upgrade. God, why are all these so close? Why do I have to make these decisions all the time? All right, it's pointing the slightest bit up. You know what? Even if it goes straight from the middle, I think it's Everett. Yeah, I don't see how this isn't 25-0. Nick Davila, the player who will move. Wind blowing out to right. Base hit to start off. and a double. 2 men in scoring position. No outs. At bat, Julio Rodriguez. Runners at the corners. And tagging up and scoring. Man, he had time to read a book before the ball got there. Alright, so we can rebound from this. Alright, it's starting to get a little out of hand. Look at this. We get a run. Eh. (13-2). Wyatt Lunsford Shankman. He did okay, buddy. Bryce Miller on the mound. This is the last game of the Everett... well, it was the first and last. He threw 69 pitches in 1 2/3. Only 1 walk, but they were hitting him like batting practice. Alright, the game pained me. I got no joy out of it. I was going for the Aqua Sox. I always knew it was going to be a problem that they were just sitting on top of the Mariners. But finally came to pass, and they're gone. But I also like the Mariners, and I just like the Everett Aqua Sox more than the Tacoma Rainiers. So, but I'm also going for the Tacoma Rainiers. But I'm also going for the Mariners. And now Nick Davila, who just had a nightmare of a day, to the Mariners. It's up to 27 outside. Balmy. Long relief, avoid high leverage, mop up, the standard role for most of the teams, most of the players that get yanked up to the majors. This is going to be a very unique shape. Haha. Wow, that is a chunk of territory. They win 1 game and they get all of this land, and then over here, where the counties are this size, things moving more slowly. I mean, the Yankees have territory right there, but you can barely see it. Then you got the Rocky Mountain vibes with an eighth of Colorado. Nick Davila will not be joining the rotation. California even more screwed up. It's the Sacramento River Cats. So we got Kyle Harrison. Infield range. Names on the wheel getting larger and larger. Oh, we just missed the Toronto Blue Jays. But we do get Fargo. No one's ever said that before, by the way. I just said a sentence that has never been uttered. We're going west. There we go. Dylan Thomas, not the poet. And he expects to be the cleanup hitter, and this will definitely help him. That's 435. Almost had the Blue Jays last time. DSL Padres Brown. Stopped just short of the Joliet Slammers. That just means another White Sox victory, I'm afraid. We need the Cubs to get picked. That's what we need. I'm going to let them attack the Florida coast if it goes that way. These guys are in an interesting position. They probably have a game in just about every different direction. And they're going for Texas. Undefended Texas coast. Your champion is Jordan Valenzuela. Control right, Fort Wayne Tin Caps. This is the first time we've been in Indiana. This one might be going over the border. Nope, headed deeper into Indiana. 5 to choose from. We've got a couple of pitchers, couple of outfielders. There we go. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. We got the center fielder, Jake Snyder, 36. Eye versus left. He was a 36. He is now a 36. This will be the 30th team to advance. DSL Athletics. I'm going to keep going. Nobody straight to the west. That'll do it. Jose Pinto, relief pitcher. Pretty much the way I was going to go. Some sort of fielding upgrade. More DSL. DSL Angels, I think we're finally hitting this area. Yes. That's close enough. I'm going to call it the Marlins 2. And I think the Marlins 2 have played a game. All right, the Miami Marlins 2 are the worst team that has won a game by my strength of victory rankings. Also, it looks like the unmodified DSL Angels are going to destroy them, according to this system that I don't understand. Ubaldo Soto is the best player on the Angels. Closer for the Marlins 2, Ro-Woon Lee, is the player that they picked up when they beat the Ichon Landers. I'm going to go through the 5th inning to the 5th inning. Angels are winning. Nakamura is still on the mound for the Marlins. And Soto's still on the mound for the Angels. All right, let's jump forward to the 7th and 8. Well, that came out of nowhere. What the heck happened? Let's look at the game log. First time I've done this. Single. Okay, that's Dinkin and Duncan. And it's all over. Marlins are not going to be the bottom-ranked team anymore. They're going to be in the top 7 or 8 now. They're about to take what might be the best pitcher on their team now from the Angels. Soto is headed to the Marlins. Ro-Woon Lee with a 35. They inherited him from the Landers, Futures team. And then they've got Ubaldo Soto as a 30 as now their best starter. Soto is going to probably bump Derek Cueto out of the rotation. Yes. So I'm going to do this. Soto gets the next start. I think this is a unique situation, the first time we've seen it. Marlins have been involved in 2 games. They've taken no territory, so they have no upgrades. They've inherited Ro-Woon Lee and Ubaldo Soto. If they get an upgrade, which is frankly not likely considering the wall of teams across the border from them, Ro-Woon Lee will not get the upgrade because he is an inherited player. Original roster is the only thing that can get upgraded. So second baseman Abraham Ramirez would get the upgrade. Missoula back to Montana. None of these teams are touching each other, but man, a whole bunch of territory is going to be taken once all 4 of them have moved. And I guess there is a chance Glacier could hit Missoula when they go, if Missoula goes north. Armin Saburi. Double plays for him. And we have Akron Rubber Ducks. Okay, we've got a ton of teams in Pennsylvania and Ohio that haven't gone yet, so this is going to begin to work on that. Hopefully they're going to avoid going after the Guardians. Yeah. Yet another closer, Nick Enright. Infield error, and the next pitcher will get movement left. ACL Brewers. Oh, so we're going down into this hornet's nest. Where are they? Are they in the middle? God, look at the Rangers. Oh, wow. Oh, they are in the middle of it. Here we go. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's the Reds. Why is it always this close? I'm going to call it as the Reds. Okay, 2 ACL teams. Looks like the Reds have the upper hand across the board. We've seen that mean nothing over and over again. I don't even know why I bring it up. 157 people in attendance. Let's go. I'm going... This game is a mere formality. I'm going to go to the 7th. Yeah. Reds are prevailing. 10-3. Milwaukee Brewers gold. Our history. Alright, the Brewers are going to send the Reds, their best player, who is Baden Root, a pitcher that probably never saw the light of day during this game. To the ACL Reds he goes. Well, I'm always interested to see. I mean, this is the whole point of this. Will the Reds actually get better? Because they're really going to need to be. Okay, third best player on the team, second best pitcher. Of the 2 best pitchers that can play in the next 2 games. Chase Burns is on the shelf for 2 games, which is a long way down the road in Arizona. I have to count how many of those teams are left. Arkansas Travelers. It's these guys right in the middle. Jackson Kowar, so he's getting movement left. 45. Probably getting close to the end here. I'm going to have to do a rough cut at some point. Northern Colorado Owls back to Colorado. These guys can move into Wyoming and be the first team to take territory in Wyoming. No. This team is terrible. I'm not sure how much good a closer is going to do for them. Heeding the call, we got a fully stocked pitcher's attribute thing here. Movement, right? You know, this guy's incredibly low. I don't know how much this is going to help him. He's got a 28. Movement, right. 279. What is this guy, like 16? He's 23. I don't get it. Okay, at some point when I'm not spending all my time like making these, running the game, and then editing, I never look at comments, and I think I responded to one a few days ago when I was posting part 3. Somebody gave me a tip, and I said thank you. I need to go. Oh, this guy went to Cisco College? I was going to say he must be from Texas. Cisco College is this tiny junior college in the middle of nowhere, west of Fort Worth. That's anyway, if somebody could tell me, you know, why these people get a 50-point bump in something like movement against right-handed batters and their rating goes down, I would like to know, because that's weird. Moving on from Colorado, getting closer and closer to picking the Rockies. DSL Rays 1. Oh, another one of these. Oh, we're finally starting to hit this string of teams down here. Let's see if they actually try to put themselves on the map and eliminate themselves. Yep, they're going to try. Yeah, they're hitting the ACL Dodgers, so we're going to have DSL Rays versus ACL Dodgers. This Tampa Bay Rays, a Dominican team, might be one of the worst teams I've seen in the game outside of the European teams. They're shorthanded, and like the highest person on the team is a 24. This should be an easy win for the Dodgers. And basically, we're just going to see the Dodgers stay the same. Best player from Tampa will go there, and then Tampa will just disappear from their spot. Let's go to the 8th. Yeah, pretty much what I expected. we'll finish the game. 13-0, 3 hits, an absolute like pointless existence for the Tampa Bay Rays won. All right, we had a bunch of statistical updates. The Dodgers really did a number on the Rays there. Got going on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got a bunch of teenagers. Number 1, relief pitcher Denny Hilario. Worst player on the team. Unbelievable. They got 26 players. The guy they just got is the worst player on the team. I figured it was going to be bad. I didn't know it would be that bad. And I'm still going to waste my time getting this guy's picture. If I can find it. And there are a number of these people I have not been able to find photos for. So occasionally in the future, if you're like, hey, that guy should have a picture and he doesn't have one, I couldn't find one. Or it had obnoxious watermarks on it. The easiest map update of all, this rectangle. Thinning the ranks of the DSL invaders. ACL Dodgers acquired no land, and they didn't really get better. I mean, if they get involved in a 26-inning game against the ACL Athletics, you know, they might be able to use that guy. Probably the last spin with the KT Wiz at the center. Boise Hawks way back up to the northwest. Oh, they've got a huge opportunity to become huge. .32, Braden Carmichael. Infield arm.